Command has been given. Crank him out.
Let's go.
When I say I don't know, I don't know.
Let's go, baby.
Now, the Morning Drive.
Buckle up, everybody. A little bit of this and a little bit of that.
It's a game changer.
I listen to you guys every single day on my way to work.
Well, again, I'm not a doctor, nor do I play one on the radio.
You guys are amazing.
What are you doing over there?
I'm going to the top.
The Morning Drive with Mike Bagley and Pete Pistone.
To the bat balls.
Sirius XM, NASCAR Radio, Channel 90, live and on the air for this Monday, May 29th, 2023. Mike Bagley here in Del Marvelous, Studio 1D. We've got Pistol Pete Pistone in the Paisan Palace in Chicago. Sammy and Melvin are in Studio 134 of the Beltway Bureau in our nation's capital. We welcome each and every one of you to this Monday morning. We welcome each and every one of you to this Memorial Day 2023. And the SiriusXM NASCAR Radio pre-race show for the 64th renewal of the Coca-Cola 600. Petey, top of the morning. How are we doing today?
Good morning, Bagman. Good morning, everybody. We are looking forward to spending Memorial Day with you, but did not think we would be the pre-race show. But as Mike said, we will be. We got rained out Saturday for the Xfinity Series race, rained out yesterday for the Coca-Cola 600. So you're going to have 900 miles of racing come your way here on SiriusXM NASCAR Radio from Charlotte Motor Speedway once you and I say bye-bye at 11 a.m. Eastern Time.
We will hand off to the Performance Racing Network at 11 for Xfinity coverage, and then 3 o'clock this afternoon is the scheduled, I was going to say resumption, but the scheduled start of the Coca-Cola 600. We'll get into more of that, which is very interesting. 900 miles on a holiday. Talk more about that coming up. How has your holiday weekend been so far? Because even though it's a Monday, I think the holiday weekend obviously has been elongated with the events of the weekend being moved to today.
Yeah, we've had a great weekend here. I'm sorry the weather is so crummy in Charlotte because it's been absolutely ideal here in the Chicagoland area. We were in the 70s, maybe about 80 yesterday. We're supposed to be heading to 80 today. Bright sunshine. I mean, you and I were talking before the show. We are actually in a drought right now here. You said you're in a deficit for rain where you are, and so are we. But we've had a great weekend. When I got off the air on Friday, I hit the links. I've signed up, I think I mentioned. So I'm on this. We don't have the Big Ten afternoon show for a couple of months. So Fridays usually now, unless I'm traveling, like I'm going to go to Gateway on Friday this week, I'm done once we say goodbye here in the morning usually. So it's a little 9-hole course over here by where my mom is. And so played my first round on Friday. Not bad, I would say, for 9 holes, 47. So that's not bad. It's not bad. First time out, right?
Hey,
you double that, you're under 100, right?
Put two of those together, and you're under 100 strokes. It's just dandy.
Thank you, Sammy, because that was exactly what I was saying to myself. I shot under 100 if we would have doubled it. So did that, and then the girls and I went out to the nice dinner we talked about on Friday night. Carmine's, there in Rosemont, Italian steakhouse. And we didn't buy groceries on Sunday because that's how expensive that dinner was on Friday night. It was a little bit on the high end, but it was impeccable. It was so good.
On Sunday? Toast?
Actually, I had some leftovers. So the good thing was the nice meal that we had on Friday night, there were enough to take with us home. Mia went back to Lincoln Park, and she had part of her steak to take with her. And then Shelly and I just kind of hung out here over the weekend on the patio. We were all done with everything. The flowers were in. The patio was all buttoned up, and we enjoyed the weekend here, despite the fact that we didn't have the NASCAR racing we thought we were going to have this weekend. But otherwise, so far, and we're having a barbecue today, this afternoon, and they'll be watching and listening to the Coca-Cola 600 while yours truly works to grill a little later for about 9 to 10 people.
Well, I was supposed to have company over the weekend, and on Friday that started to dissolve, and then it got into a back and forth thing to where it's like,
right.
This individual does this every single time, makes all these grand plans and cancels them at the last minute.
Number 5.
And then after canceling, then wants to come back and say, well, you know what? No, we're not doing this. If you're coming up here, you're staying in a hotel.
It's
all right,
official. It's over.
It is over. In more ways than one. No, we're not doing this.
You can't cancel the reservation and then try to get back and get the reservation. Is that what you're saying?
Well, my thing is you go through all this aggravation of getting the place ready, right? because when company comes, there are certain things that you do that you otherwise wouldn't do if you're just here yourself.
Sure.
So you get all this
shower,
buttoned up,
things like that.
and then bathe.
Cut
shave.
your nails.
Clean the toenails off the coffee table. Whoops.
It's like so, and then the groundwork was laid earlier in the week, and I gave the opening. Look, just cancel it. No, and then some other mess came up, and they hacked into my work system, and now okay, yeah, whatever. Okay, another excuse, and then fine. But I meant no, we're not doing this. You're not. No. Enough with this back and forth nonsense. So it was just me around here. Got a couple things done. I was going to go over to check. I've still not been to Delaware Park yet because every time I've gone this week, something has come up. I need you on a conference call. I need you to do this interview. And
you sound like your friend.
Here. I got that appointment. Well, no, I mean my
no, we're not doing that.
Delaware Park is you in this situation, Pag-Man.
Well, but here's the thing. These are legitimate work items that I can quantify that get caught up outside of that made up
easy
nonsense that I was getting fed last weekend, late in the weekend. So,
obviously, this person's not a subscriber to Sirius XM, are they?
Please, no. And even if they were, they still deserve to get it. They deserve quite more than what they got, but get it. Get it.
Sorry. All right. Well, sorry about that. Well, yesterday we had fantasy racing preview, rain or shine. We got everybody set for the race now, which will be today. And as that was going on the air, things buttoned up there at Indianapolis for the 500, and we will have the 500 winner Joseph Newgarden with us a little later in the show. In a wild day at Indianapolis, 3 red flags, crazy finish. Thankfully, a tire that went up in the air that just gives me shivers every time I see something like that happen, and it. Luckily, and I say luckily because it wasn't my car, only hit a car in the parking lot. And that was a very scary situation there. But an interesting race in Indianapolis, or at least we had one race. Well, we had Formula One, which really wasn't much of a race, as it usually isn't.
Rough.
But the 500 was pretty interesting. We'll talk to Joseph later here on our show.
So how does the owner of the white vehicle that got struck, how do you explain that to the insurance company? So, Mr. So-and-so, Mrs. So-and-so, how did you incur that damage? Well, I was at the Indianapolis 500, and, a tire came over the fence and hit the car. Yeah, sure. Okay, where was the fender bender? Where's the police? No, seriously. Sir. Well, I would think that whoever is processing this insurance claim, just go to the just go to the newscast.
I think Bowles is probably,
because it made news here.
Bowles is probably making a phone call on their behalf, being like, hey, this happened. My question is, and this is like what do you file a 1090 or whatever? But I wonder how much her insurance rates go up because the tire from a race car hit. You know what I mean?
Is it a lady race fan? I mean, you saying her? It
was a woman. It was a woman. Yeah,
they let her come down and kiss the bricks.
Yeah, a picture. Doug Bowles went down and got her and brought her, and she got to kiss the bricks. And Doug took great care of her. Again, all kidding aside, thank goodness that wasn't a disaster as it could have been. We've seen that before in our lives, so we can sort of joke about it. But you're right. I mean, can you imagine? You go to a car race and a tire comes off. That'd be like if I went to a horse race and a horseshoe came off and hit me right in the head. Same idea. Do you get to keep the shoe? Do you get to keep the tire? Do you give her the tire? She should just take it. It's yours. It's like a baseball when it goes in the grandstands, right?
Don't think that she's able to keep the wheel assembly. No.
Why not?
I did see a picture of her because she was like standing by. There's a picture of her standing by the car as well, and I saw someone they photoshopped her standing by the car in Victory Lane and took out Joseph Newgarden's car.
I saw that. I saw that one.
It was very, very well done.
I saw that one.
Very good.
Somebody said there was brake fluid. Somebody was able to zoom in and saw there was brake fluid dripping from underneath the car from the impact of the tire, which I would imagine. A lot of stuff inside that.
What was that?
Vehicle.
Like a little Metro, Malibu? Like, what was that out there?
There's a Chevy Cruze is what they're called.
A Cruze.
Chevy Cruze,
yeah, that's what that looked like to me.
Yeah.
My mom had one of those.
Yes.
But thank goodness. I mean, that could have been a disaster. But interesting race. I know a lot of the short track. Did you see, speaking of short track, did you see what happened up at Berlin in Michigan on Saturday?
Put one over on their lid. Obviously a little payback. Got a little out of hand. I saw some of Jeff's traffic.
Yeah. I think he's got to rein those boys in there, Mr. Striegel. You got a little situation on your hands, I think.
I've never seen one go over. I'm not saying that it's happened. I've never seen one go on its lid at Berlin. My goodness.
Me either. But a lot of the short tracks, I saw some of that on Flow Racing over the weekend, so that was good. But otherwise, it's a Monday with NASCAR racing on Memorial Day, which seems like something that you would say, hey, we've done that before, but not so much, Bagman. Apparently, we went to the record books, and Monday 600 doesn't happen.
Did just a cursory view. We used to have Darlington races way back in the day on Labor Day Monday. Mm-hmm. But I was just going back through, and I'm not seeing any Monday races. I'm sure that if we have had some, I'm not talking rain delays. I'm talking scheduled Monday races.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to get some of the fans' thoughts on that. Coming up, one more thing. You talking about the racing you were watching?
Yeah.
So yesterday, Pete, this is spectacular. So I had the F1 race on the primary TV. On the iPad, I had Peacock going. And on one of my two computer monitors, I'm watching the ARCA West race from Kern County.
Oh, my God.
All going on simultaneously. And I'm doing notes for the ARCA West race because when we go out to Portland this weekend, we're doing the ARCA West race Friday night, then the Xfinity Series race Saturday afternoon, and then we're red-eyeing home on Saturday night. Ooh, ladies and gentlemen.
A red-eye. A red-eye.
Red-eye. Mm-hmm.
Not my favorite.
By the way, for those of you that don't know, red eyes go west to east. They don't go east to west. You cannot take a red eye from Philly to L.A. It's always L.A. to Philadelphia. Red eye flights go west-east.
I'm not a fan. Not a fan. My sister, when she was visiting my nephew Sammy out at Arizona State, would always take the red eye back. I've done it a couple times on the West Coast. I don't know. I mean, on the one hand, you're home and you don't waste the day, but on the other hand, you're such a zombie for the day when you came home. You might as well have stayed there and traveled. You know what I mean?
I would say that I'm not a big fan of red eyes, but I don't want my whole Sunday chewed up in an airplane, and I'm not getting home to 5 or 6 o'clock.
I mean, I
have enough of those on Mondays.
That's the balance. I get that. I understand that. Are you a fan of Red Byron, though?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Red Farmer.
Big
red chewing gum.
Red
Absolutely.
Buttons. Red Skeleton.
Red Buttons, Skeleton. I'm also a fan of Rice.
Well,
you got
a lot of it coming today.
When we come back, we'll check in with Chris Rice, the president of Colleague Racing. Coming up at 8, Doug Rice of the Performance Racing Network. Coming up at 8:45, Joseph Newgarden, your winner of the Indianapolis 500. Coming up at 9:30, Corey Heim will join us. Rudy Fugel, 9:45. Todd Gordon at 10. Joey Logano at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, as we are the pregame show for the 64th Coca-Cola 600, which you'll hear later this afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern time here on your home for NASCAR.